So here I'm just going to show like some of the basic tools. So this suitcase right here is how I get to where I put a picture on top of another picture. You have crop, rotate, those are things you should probably already know. Double exposure is how you pick another image and put it over the current one. So like, let's just shove this picture. So like, she's got this dog. Now down here, that's how you change the opacity of the picture. So let's just take her and put her happy little butt right here with her little dog. And we can actually make her bigger because she's going to be standing in the foreground, not the background. And then once I get them where I want, I turn the opacity back up. I go over to this eraser in the top left. And there is a paintbrush and an eraser. The eraser, you can change the size using the slider. You can change the fuzziness of it, which if you see, I'll turn the fuzziness the whole way down. Now look at how pixelated, like sharp, that looks. Now if I turn this the whole way up to like the maximum, this is what that looks like. It, instead of being sharp, it's almost a fade. And that's what I typically do. That's why all mine look kind of fuzzy. And so I'm just going to erase her old background. And it's okay if you accidentally, go over them a little bit more than you want to. Like, I'm going to do that, even though it took out most of her fucking legs. Because the good thing is I can go back and kind of put them back in there. Where's the other one? And any place that I went a little bit too far, like do that. Ignore my dog. She is pissed off because I put a sweater on her. So this is the hardest part where you're like doing the trace outlines of the other picture. And I'm just going to do really like rough and fast. I might do this picture legit like later. Oops, I'm pretty sure I just erased her hand. That's her elbow right there. So you kind of want to you want to get as close as you can to them. I'm just like stroking back and forth here. And then as you can see, you can see her stump, or the stump through her leg, pardon me. And so that's because I have this feather the whole way up. If I move it down, then oh shit, that was the wrong one. Then suddenly it's a lot sharper when I'm near where I'm filling in or taking out. It's like right there. It's much more sharp. And probably a little bit better for tracing long outlines, but not so much for in here. Like I want to do feather, at least up there. Because I gotta be very careful. Now my thing is that it's easier to fill in than it is to erase. So I'll just erase this pretty roughly and then go around the middle of the leg. Damn, I went a bit too far out there. Because it's easier to fill in the leg than it is to erase in between the legs. Without risk of erasing the other leg like I just did. It's a very back and forth thing, and it takes forever. That's why I keep saying that this app, I don't think it was meant to be used this way. But fuck it, I'm gonna use it however I want. Okay, that's good enough. I mean, for the gist of this learning exercise. It doesn't need to be perfect, even though I'm trying to fucking rush and make it more decent. I actually kind of like this idea, so I probably will redo this picture later, like for legit. So down here, there's also different settings for, like, say, whatever the picture you're trying to overlay with. Some of these would look really cool. Like, those are things you just fuck around with. I normally keep this one, and I might fade it or keep it at 100, which we're keeping it at 100. So now that I have my picture, whatever, I can go to adjustments, and this is the fun part. Your exposure is how much, I mean, there's a contrast, obviously. It's like how bright or how dark something is. And you can go all out or all bright. It's really up to you. Temperature is hot and cold. That's hot. That's cold. Like this would be like wintry. This would be summer. Let me put it back in the middle. Contrast obviously is light and dark. So it darkens everything or it lightens everything, but it's like a grayscale. It's not really light. Like brightness would be bright, obviously. I don't know why they have a brightness and an exposure thing, because like if you did this, you would just, it'd be horrible. But like I could turn the exposure the whole way down, turn the brightness the whole way up, and it just makes it look dark. These things are so fun. Like, let me just tell you right now. So then we have vibrance, which if you go this way, there's still color, but everything becomes a little bit grayer or lighter. This way, everything becomes more orange. Highlights are anywhere that it picks up shadows. So like, see the shadows on her face are darkening the more I turn it down, or they're kind of disappearing the more I turn it up. Obviously everything else is too, but I'm talking about more for on a person because this is the tool that I use the most for trying to change skin tones to match each other. Shadows, same thing. If you watch the shadows on her face, when I turn it darker, like it just makes shadows and it lightens. Saturation is sort of the same. It'll make things more saturated, more bright. And this will make it completely grayscale. So either you have the amazing vibrant colors or you have no colors at all, or somewhere in between. Lightness, I don't mess with this one that often, because normally you just do like one thing and your picture is gone. Either it's gone black or it's gone white. And even just touching it a little bit, like let's go back to 0. This is your hue, which I barely mess with either unless I'm doing something in black and white, because don't know why, but when it's done in black and white, it's actually very helpful. But now it's just ruined my picture. And say I wanted to change just the trees to be green. I could go up to the upper left and do the same thing I did before. I can erase all of her and the dog. Not as sloppily as this, but you get what I'm doing. So basically, I could change the colors around her, but not affect her and the dog. So she's still normal colored and the background is green. And then we have, what the fuck? Then we have this middle thing, which is filters. And there are a lot to choose from, like, that you can go with. These are the most, like, set ones, like, that I think. Like, they're subtle, which is why they're called that. but they're very pretty. Like that was fucking pretty. This one's even prettier. That one, I don't like it because it makes it a bit too sharp. But you can, once again, use your slider and turn that up or down. This, I don't know which one I like the most. I like that one. So we'll go with that one. Then we have the default filters, which are, there's a bunch of filters. Like, you just gotta fucking mess around and find whatever you like. Personally, I like, where is Dean, Fred, Greg, Hagrid. Don't know why these are named. Some of these are named after Harry Potter characters, I swear to God. You got Fred, Hagrid, Harry. I think that's it. I like how I said it was more than one. Tom Riddle. No. So yeah, you just fuck around with filters. Then there is a stylized thing, which can either make it look like a drawing a little bit, make it look like silk, or like a painting. Where's the painting one? There it is, watercolor. So it'll make it look like a watercolor painting. Not really sure about that one. Yeah, almost never leave these at max because you will not be able to fucking even see an image. You gotta turn them like halfway down, no matter what it is. So we're not gonna use those. But that's what stylize is. Overlay. Now these effects go over whatever you have going already. So like this is rain. And you can turn it up or down. This is water. Or, I'm sorry, they call it paint. But to me it always looks like the ocean. Like, doesn't that look like the ocean? This is, I use this one a lot. And you can turn everything up or down. They have a lot of overlays, like, available. All these ones with the crowns, you have to be a premium, which I do, because I use this app, like, every single day. So I pay for all these, because I need them. I might need them. Who knows? And these are just cool, like, lens flare. Look at that. Super cool. But there's so many free ones to choose from that you probably, if you're just jerking around on this thing, you don't need to pay for it. You can just have some fun, play in space, do some stars, galaxies and stuff. Like super cool. And then we have frames, which I love me some frames. Once again, the ones with the crowns you have to pay for, but this is like ridiculous because some of these are terrible looking. Like absolutely terrible. Like that's disgusting. Fucking murder me. I do like this one a lot though. Or that one. And you can fade it. So like that. And then you have normal ones, obviously. I use this one a lot. I don't know if anybody would recognize it. I normally use it on black pictures anyways because it makes the edges look tarnished and rough. And I use this one a lot. It makes things look older. And I always turn it down. And then put a white, like, rim around it so that it looks stronger. So, like, I would take this, turn it down, do that, find the fucking thing again, and then do this. Something like that. And obviously, I don't even know if I mentioned it, those two arrows at the top there, those are your back buttons. So I could take away and put back something that I just did. Now keep in mind that if you press the back button on that, that's gone now. I mean, I can bring it back, but say you're halfway through a picture and you, I don't know, you decide to undo something and then try and do something different and then want to hit the undo button again, that thing's gone now. Like, it's gone. If I put anything else here and then hit the back arrow, there's no going back. That other picture is never coming back. So don't ever do that, because it's a terrible thing to happen to anybody. But that's most of it. Like, text, you don't need any knowledge of how to put text on a picture. Like, it's so simple. I can't hit the next button because of this. There we go. So, like, you can change it to all this cool. They have a lot of things to pick from, too. And I don't think any of these that you have to pay for. These are all, they all come with it. So you can do some, like, cool thing. It's like, I love fall. And then do, like, pretty handwriting like this. I love fall. And change the colors. You make it like pumpkin orange, which I don't know where orange is. There. I love fall, guys. And then when you're done, you hit the done button. And then you can save it. You can put it on Instagram. You could do any of this shit. I just hit save and have no room on my phone anymore. But yeah, that's as much as I could explain right now. If there's anything that you had more questions on, then let me know and I can go into one area in more detail. But that's pretty much the basics of how to use the app and what each thing does. If I forgot anything, then just, like I said, let me know, because I am so tired right now that I don't think I would even remember if I forgot something, which makes total sense. I don't know how to stop this either. How do I...